Hey guys, it's Charlie. Welcome to my rooftop here in Vietnam. Today I want to share a couple of things about money here. Some things that I noticed when I first came here, and I'm continuing to learn and realize a whole bunch of different things, but today I decided I would talk about money and the currency here. So let's get started. Okay, so the first thing that I noticed was how large the currency was here in Vietnam. Like, for example, $1 US is equivalent, well, not exactly, it's constantly changing, to about 22,000 VND, which is Vietnamese dong. And 22,000 is a large number. So if you can imagine what maybe $15, $20 sounds like, it's a lot of money. Not literally. Because of the large currency, it can make you feel like you're spending a lot of money, but in actuality, you're not. That was one of the things that I had to get used to here, is the large currency. The next thing that I noticed is that there are no coins here. People don't use coins. It's not circulated around. I've never, not once, seen a Vietnamese coin. So what is the smallest bill? The smallest bill I've seen is a 500, no coins. I have never seen a Vietnamese coin. And you know, some people don't like using coins, so that's a good thing. I personally have this like fun feeling of collecting all the coins and then using them all and attempting to use them all. For me, that's been like a fun thing to do in different countries. But here, there's no coins. And for some of you, that's a good thing. Some of you hate coins. Comment below, do you like coins or do you hate them? Do you avoid collecting them? Do you try and get rid of them as soon as possible? Let me know in the comment section. The next thing I noticed, going back to the coin situation, is although there are no coins, in the convenience store, the prices are priced really strangely. So for example, maybe you'll buy some ramen or some ramen pho that is, for example, 5,200. But why is there a 200 when there are no coins? So what they tend to do is they will round up or down depending on the total. So something that you buy that might turn out to be 5,600, you're actually gonna pay 6,000 for. Whereas if it turned out to be 5,200, you're going to end up paying 5,000 for. So when I'm in the convenience store, I'm usually trying to buy all the things I can to make sure it's an even number. That way I don't have to round up or down, because I don't want to have to spend more money for something that's just doesn't make sense. I think it makes more sense, you know, if you're using like a debit card or something like that, because it'll be the exact amount on your card, but when you pay with cash, they will round up or down. The next interesting thing that I found about money here in Vietnam is when you're apartment hunting, the pricing is quoted in USD, not Vietnamese dong. So this is the case for most foreigners because it's more beneficial to the owners. Because of the value of the US dollar, using US currency is more beneficial to the owners. For example, Annie told me that our apartment, the cost has gone up by about 300,000 dong since we've lived here in the past like 3 to 4 months. And so obviously the currency is always changing, and usually it's to the benefit of the owner to use USD. But if you are a native person and you find housing, for example, on a website used for natives, usually the pricing is quoted in VND and not USD. That's a big difference between being a foreigner who speaks no Vietnamese and has to go through agents who cater to foreigners, opposed to being a native or having someone able to help you read the sites and all of that, and being able to pay in VND. This is the first country I've ever lived in where USD has so much power. I mean, obviously USD has a lot of power in most countries, but to the point where they're actually using it to quote the housing prices, I've never seen anything like that before. The next interesting and maybe fun thing for me about the currency here is that the bills are colorful. So each bill has a different color, and I think that's really cool. But on to the next fact, which I find interesting, is that the 20,000 bill and the 500,000 bill are both blue. That can be confusing, especially if you're tipsy or drunk at night and you're trying to pay for something, or actually if you're not tipsy or drunk and you're just Charlie. But this never has happened to me. But you can easily confuse the 20,000 and the 500,000. Now think about this. The 20,000 is this much and the 500,000 is this much. Imagine confusing the two when you're only supposed to pay 20,000 and you give a 500,000. Hopefully this doesn't happen to you. It's never happened to me, by the way. So thank you guys so much for watching. Be sure to give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it and you would like to see more videos like this. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. And I want to give a special shout out to my patrons on Patreon. Thank you guys so much for supporting my channel extra. If you would like to become a patron, be sure to check the link in the description and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye! The interesting thing about Asia is that at coffee shops, pizza places, you get different things, completely different things. But that's the cool thing about living abroad, is trying different things.